Hello and welcome, everyone. I am Brian Smith, bringing you another prospect profile. This time it is Juan Minaya. He is an offensive lineman out of Paramus Catholic in New Jersey. The Miami Hurricanes wrapped him up as a commitment earlier this year. Before I share my screen, a few thoughts about him overall. Number one, this is a massive young man. He's 6'6", 6'7", 320 plus pounds. He can play tackle or guard based on the film that I've seen so far and that you will see here in just a minute when I share my screen. But most important to note about him is he's not just some big ogre that likes to hit somebody. He's understood the necessary steps to take to get up to the second level, to go after a second block, to run down the field on a screen, etc. This is a football player first and foremost, not just a big offensive lineman that's strong and that can run into somebody. Does he need technique and all those things? Well, that's what the film is for, and that's what we're going to talk about here in just a sec. First off, with Miami, this is a team that is going to do a lot of different things with their offensive line to get them to a very high level. I don't think people need to be real surprised by saying that. You're talking about a program that has a head coach that played offensive line for the Canes, and you're also talking about a guy that is his best friend that is the offensive line coach for Miami. So it is a priority. It is definitely a priority. Now the question is, can they find a way to make it happen really fast, or will it be a situation where it's just part of the gig kind of going slowly? Well, with kids like this, I believe they're going to do pretty well in getting it up to speed because they got a great class last year. And as you can see here with Minaya, physical kid, he has the ability to play on the edge. He has the ability to do things that other guys, quite frankly, I just don't think do at his size. Can he play guard? That's probably my biggest question. I think so. He has the mentality for it. But he also is good enough an athlete to play on the edge. So it's hard to find tackles. You want him to at least compete at that spot. Here, nice job on a seal block right here. Miami is trying to be a very physical downhill team. So if they do this with these kinds of players over and over again, you're going to hit on quite a few guys. They have good coaching. Alex Mirabal is a good offensive line coach. That's been proven. Now the question is, who can rise to the top? This is another player that's going to push the depth chart and give them a chance. That's really what it's about. Offensive line's hard to project, probably the most difficult among positions because a lot of guys still have to grow into their bodies in terms of reshaping it. Minaya is going to have to lose weight, redistribute, get stronger. That's the norm. Coaches don't really worry about that. This will probably be a young man that redshirts, goes through the system, and then starts competing as a second-year player for playing time. That's the norm. I don't know why it would be any different today. I just like the way he plays in a physical style, even though, like right here, nice base to come back. He didn't get overset. And on this play, it's a similar deal. He doesn't overdo it and just takes that guy and crushes him because he should. When you have a less talented player, you need to bury him. Nice pass set, locks the guy out. One more play here. Does a good job of running his feet. This is what I mean. Like some guys they don't always do a good job of being consistent. Offensive linemen historically have a problem with that. It's something that's unfortunate, but it's still very true. Offensive linemen, oftentimes, especially the younger ones, they'll dominate a kid for a few plays, and then they kind of take a play off or they'll go 70%. I'm not saying everybody can go 100% on every play. It's, depends on tempo and everything else. But Minaya is a kid that is powerful enough and strong enough to hammer somebody, use his feet. And then the effort plays when he moved down the field to the second level. That gave me more hope for his long term because those are the plays that you can tell when a kid really cares about playing football and being a team member and not just a big guy that's able to run over somebody. Will he be challenged by Mirabal and by Cristobal? You darn right. They're going to be all about it. For anybody that's ever been to a Miami practice, Cristobal hangs out with the offensive line quite a bit. He takes it personally, and they know they have to get better there. It was a focus in this last class. They got a huge recruiting class up front, figuratively and in numbers. And these are guys that are maulers, but they're also athletes. Minaya kind of fits that role once again. May the cream rise to the top. The players that earn it, they're the ones that are going to play. So this gives them another bullet in the holster, if you will, to do that. Miami's recruiting class is going to get better and better. The month of June is getting ready to come up, and they're going to have more commitments. And we'll talk more about it at All Hurricanes. So make sure you check out the article there that I'm going to write about Minaya and put this into. But please note that the offensive line of Miami is not going to be the reason that they are or they are not successful enough to get to the elite level and make the playoffs and make a run in the playoffs in the future. They're doing very well there. As long as you're bringing in kids like this, you have a chance. So with that being said, please hit the notification bell, like this podcast, and share it. I'm going to be doing a lot of these Miami commitments and across the board. Those are going to be kids from California to New York that I'm going to cover each and every day. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy watching film. Going to do some rankings and stuff too, and talk a little bit about that. I just put one of those up on All Hurricanes. So everybody have a great day. Thank you very much, and God bless.